Hi, welcome to Consumer You. This is going to be a very different edition of Consumer You. This is going to be a good Consumer You. You know, all those years we've been doing that terrible, no. You know, we're out on location today, so the shows will be a little sloppy. Our shows are always sloppy, but when we're out on the road, we have an excuse for being sloppy. We're at A-Rock, a restaurant on Columbus, and you know what? We're going to take a hiatus. Yes, we're going on an extended vacation, probably the rest of our lives. No, we're going to have some old shows on Consumer You, but this is the last new show we're doing for a while, and we're having the guest who was the guest on our very first show, the president of the Better Business Bureau, Barbara Berger Opratowski, is going to be here. I'm going to be here. Why not? I mean, hey, well, what else are we going to have? Oh, we're going to do a potato chip taste test, and we're going to do some weird stuff from the odd lot stores, and we're going to do a couple of commercials, and then we're probably going to have a very tearful close to the show. As a matter of fact, we have the chef in the kitchen peeling onions now for that tearful closing. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for this.
Does your child seem to be having trouble speaking, moving, and learning? If so, you may be detecting the earliest signs of a physical or emotional problem. Early identification and intervention is the first step toward treating these problems. Early intervention programs are available throughout New Jersey for children birth to 3 years of age. Early intervention programs are staffed by caring professionals and are free of charge. For more information, please call Project Child Find Outreach at 1-800-322-8174.
Okay, we're here with part 2 of Don't Let Summer Be a Bummer. And you know, sometimes we repeat shows on Consumer You, so this also might be Don't Let Fall Appall, or Don't Let Spring Bring, I don't know what it is. Anyway, we have with us Don't Let Spring Sting. Okay, Joan and Lydia Weiland, they have written Chicken Soup and Other Home Remedies, Folk Remedies rather, and More Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies. And at the end, we're going to super their phone number at the bottom of the screen. Now, last week we talked about motion sickness.
Right.
Swimming, right. Ear infection. What are we talking about today?
Mosquitoes, especially in New Jersey. This year is particularly bad.
I know. I read that we're up to 5 times the normal amount of mosquitoes.
Well, do you know that they bite mostly in the very early morning hours and 1 to 2 hours after sunset? So if you really have a problem, if you really can't stand it, stay indoors for those hours.
Oh, that's interesting. I knew the early evening part, but I didn't know. Right before dawn? What was the other time?
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
And then 1 to 2 hours after sunset.
What time do they get up, do you know?
Which one? No, I don't know. Depends on their alarm clock. There are a couple things you could do if you do go out, especially by water. Don't wear blue. They love blue. What else do they love? They love wet.
They love
over
dirty.
Dry,
They love
over
people
clean.
who eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah, do you know that how your mother used to say to you that you're so sweet?
Yes, right.
There's been a study done that if you are completely sugar-free and alcohol-free, they won't even land on you. No fooling.
So that's the test.
It really is it.
Not the alcohol, folks, but the sugar. I have so much sugar, mosquitoes bite me at 4 in the afternoon, which is their all-hour.
We're talking diabetes.
Okay.
If you know you're going into a mosquito-infested area, first of all, you could take parsley and rub parsley on yourself, or the goo from the aloe vera plant.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or garlic. Is that what you were going to say?
I was going to say, or garlic, and everybody and everything
But you know, do you have
stay
to use
away
the actual
from you.
plant, or can you use aloe vera?
Lotion.
The plant.
No,
No,
the plant.
The plant, the goo from the plant.
Also, what you could do, which is a lot more pleasant than rubbing stuff on yourself like that, is to take B1, 100 milligrams of vitamin B1 every day for a week before you go into the mosquito-infested area, and then an hour before you actually go outdoors. And that does something to repel the mosquitoes.
Okay.
And if you sit outdoors, do you know what to do if you sit outdoors?
Yes, you plant geraniums around the area where you're going to be sitting. And
This is a lot of
have-
preparation if you're just going to be there for like 20 minutes.
Yes, but if you have a... You look funny carrying your geranium plant.
I can talk to you, I can't plant these geraniums.
But seriously, this is for your patio, for your porch, for your backyard. Also plant sweet basil and water it at sunset, and that'll repel the mosquitoes.
Where do you get this information?
All over.
From the mosquitoes themselves.
Okay.
Also, if you go into a gnat-infested area, a lot of
Nat
gnats.
Shapiro,
Nat
Nat
Hiken,
Cohen.
yes, right.
Are we finished with that, both of you?
Okay.
Okay. Can we go on?
Yes.
What you do is take baby oil. That's simple and that's pleasant. Baby oil, and just rub it on your exposed areas, and that'll repel the gnats.
Okay. You know, is there any home remedy yet for Lyme, for the ticks?
Well, you know, it's interesting. We've heard that we don't know any home remedies, but we've heard that there are many sprays on the market and all. And the one that's supposed to be very good that I heard this morning and we've been hearing about for years that people have been telling us is one of the Avon products, which is a bath oil.
Oh, I know the product.
And it's supposed to be, I heard it
that's good to know.
on the radio this morning that it's supposed to be good for the ticks also. So, and they say that that is one of the safest. So while we normally don't talk product names and all, it sounds so good that it's worthwhile mentioning.
The only thing I did hear is that chrysanthemums attract those ticks, the Lyme ticks, and kill them.
Attract them and kill them?
Right. They are attracted to them, and there's something that once the tick lands on it or goes to it.
But you don't want to attract them because what if it gets lost on the way? And
Right.
Okay.
So-
All right, what else do we have?
Well, you know,
What is this, guys? What is this? Is that a honeycomb?
what do you think it is?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
Right. Okay, and what is this used for?
for allergies. When you get an attack, a sneeze,
Why don't we cut a
hay
little
fever.
piece and let Dick try a little piece of it?
This is wonderful. I used to
I
be
never had honeycomb.
I
Okay,
used
well,
to be
you try.
troubled with hay fever, and all of a sudden I'd get an attack where I couldn't talk, and my eyes would run, and I'd sneeze my head off. All I
This
have
is
to do
just
is take
a piece of honeycomb.
a bite this size, like 1 inch square. You
Right.
take it and you
This is
chew
just
it.
from a regular
No, take
piece
the
of
whole thing in your
honeycomb.
The whole
mouth.
thing, right? This is a
Right.
way for them to get more camera time.
Okay, now we can talk.
Now he's talking.
Got rid of him. His teeth are going to get stuck, and that's it.
Now what you do is, it's delicious.
Oh, mosquitoes.
And it's really, it's pure, delicious, wonderful raw honey. And you swallow the honey, but don't swallow the waxy part. Just keep chewing till the waxy part
Sticks
becomes
your
like
teeth
a
together,
gum.
and we take over the show completely.
It becomes a gum, and then you just spit it out after 10 minutes, and that absolutely...
Not on camera. No one's looking.
It really quells
Let me
an
ask you
attack.
something. Sugar's bad for the body, right?
Right.
Is this not sugar?
It is.
It really is.
Technically, it is, and there are all kinds of theories.
10
People
minutes.
feel. People feel that we've heard all kinds of theories. It does stop an attack, and we think it's better than lots of the medication that's
Yeah,
out there
okay.
that
It's at
makes
least
you.
it's natural.
That's
Yes,
it.
there are
Exactly.
enzymes, there are wonderful things in honey that really are very, very healing. So
And ideally, if you can get the honeycomb from a local hive, from a beekeeper who's in your area, that's the best. Otherwise, you can go to a health food store, just as we did, and buy it
We
this
have
way.
1 minute, so what are 2 more good things?
Oh, okay.
We cut the
quickly.
tomato, and
Quickly,
I
I may
have to pay
as
for
well
the tomato,
tell-
so I want to know about it.
Quickly, what you do with the tomato, it's for burning feet. In the summertime, when
Why
your
would you
feet
want to
start
burn your feet?
No, it's when your feet have gotten very hot because
go
you've gone
sightseeing or
shopping
shopping.
and
Oh,
all the
okay.
bargains and everything else. What you do is take a large handkerchief or kerchief or a scarf or something cotton and take the tomato and place it on the scarf this way and put your foot on top. You're going to do this in a convenient place, perhaps use a footstool, put your foot on top and just wrap it around with this at the sole of your foot.
this is soul food.
And keep your feet up for about 15 minutes, and it pulls all the heat and all the tiredness out of your feet. It really works.
Have you tried it? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I have, and it's
Okay.
wonderful.
Have you pretty much
messy.
tried all of these? Yeah,
A lot.
messy.
It's
yeah.
messy. You've got
This
to be
was
very...
invented by a dry cleaner.
That's...
Well, we'd go that
Okay,
far.
you know what, guys? We only have 30 seconds, and I want to mention your books again because you were very kind. They've been on the program. I think you've been our most frequent and annoying guest.
Oh, yeah.
You've been on
We
most-
have a remedy for that. Cancellation.
We're going on a long-time hiatus, but their books are called Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies and More Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies, and their phone number is down at the bottom for ordering the book. I sure appreciate you coming down. You were on one of our first
it's a
shows,
pleasure.
and this is among our last shows, but we're going into repeats and then syndicated heaven. I don't know. Something like that. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's
And
always
we'll be back with more stuff.
Yes, it's another taste test. Today, spaghetti. Which of 4 brands of spaghetti is the best? Adam, you want to start eating that? Rob, you start eating it? Listen, folks, we do not have a kitchen here. The kid is eating it. Okay. You know what's interesting? I just found I found spaghetti with a splice in it. Have you ever seen anything like that? Spliced spaghetti. I thought it said spiced spaghetti. You don't have to eat that because we have potato chips, and we also have Adam. Adam, what's your last name?
Ray.
Yeah, you've been on the show more than I have. And Rob, your last name. You've only been on a couple times.
Fessock.
And you want to be an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah.
A Marine officer, gentleman person. And you decided to be an artist. Ha! Okay, we're going to test potato chips, and the first thing Adam says, well, we did that last time. Well, I say to Adam, get your own show. No, I said to Adam, we haven't done rippled potato chips. And I was shopping, and there are all kinds now. We have Ridgies, you know, little Ridgies. Then we have Ripplins, Ridgies. And then we have Ripplins, there are those guys. Then we have the good old Ruffles. And the people at Eagle Snacks aren't taking any chances. They just call theirs plain old ridged potato chips. Okay, 4 dishes. Here we go. Everybody take a chip from A. Play the music loud because when we eat chips, it makes a lot of noise on the microphones. Where are great from? Don't throw them on the... I don't know, Adam.
Sorry.
That's okay. Your mom will have to clean it up. All right, they were A. They were pretty good. Rob, that's it? That's enough? That little guy? All right, you know, you don't have to pay for the potato chip. You can take handfuls. It's all the funny, you taste A, you go, oh, I can keep that flavor in mind. And then you start another one, you go, what was A again? Wow. Really is crispy. And yes, these people at home, no, we don't put the bags in the same order as the dishes. We're smarter than that, I think. Boy, that was a crispy chip, wasn't it? Sounds like eating a 2x4 with salt. Okay, this is C. Is this kind of like peanut butter where they really taste the same? Do they taste the same to you?
Yeah.
Wow, they really do. And D. Matter of fact, D's the only chip that sort of looks different. I'm going to show you that these 3 chips really look almost identical in the dishes there. We see those guys over there? Ah, there they are. Yeah, they look pretty much the same. And did you have a D yet?
Yeah.
You did? Well, what are you going, Rob, for your favorite?
I like B.
B. And second favorite?
D.
Okay, I like D best, and I'm going for A as my second. Adam?
A.
A was your favorite, and second favorite?
D.
D. Boy, it's all over the lot. It's almost easy to say what we didn't like. No one picked C. No one picked the same chip as their favorite. So I'll tell you what the brands are, and then when you come up against products that taste this close, we always say buy what's on sale. Rob, you liked B best. B was Ridges, not to be confused with Ripplins. You liked Ridges, and Ridges is from Y. That was your favorite. Adam, you liked A. Your favorite was Eagle, sort of a new brand. They've not been around for a long time that I know of. And Dickie D liked D best, which was Ripplins. I like these Ripplins. And none of us picked C as our first or second choice. C was Ruffles. And Ruffles sort of started that whole ridged potato chip thing. Again, we really recommend you do this at home. There's not a really big price range in the potato chips. Everything ran from like 99 to $1.29. But it's sort of fun to do this at home because lots of times you can find a product that is dollars less. So next week we're going to be back and the guys are going to test cars right here in the studio. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, in the meantime, you stay tuned for this.
Alcohol can have a bad influence, especially on an unborn child. The Association for Retarded Citizens warns that drinking during pregnancy can cause birth defects and mental retardation, conditions which last a lifetime. You can't drink to your baby's health. For more information on how you can prevent mental retardation, call the ARC.
Okay, welcome back to Consumer U, one of our favorite guests here on Consumer U. I've been doing this, Barbara, since you've been on the show last, a lot of this stuff.
You're my favorite too.
Right. The spots look very animated. President of the Better Business Bureau, Barbara Berger-Opatowski. We're going to talk about a couple things today. Let's start off with American Media Research, because I sent them my money.
I'm telling you, you don't spend wisely.
No, I spend because I know what, tell them what it is, and I'll tell you what I got for my $20.
Basically, you can rate television shows for this research company and receive fabulous free gifts. $95 free gift for your introductory offer and more to follow for years to come. It sounds very exciting. Here you get to basically have your input on what people think about TV shows and also get all this wonderful free stuff. Wrong. We talked to the Nielsen people and other TV rating people and found out that they don't usually give enormous enhancements, but they also don't charge for these kinds of services. This company does charge. The average was a $20 enrollment fee.
That's what I paid.
And
I got a jewelry assortment, which was a rolled-up piece of a leatherette with gold things. I mean not gold,
didn't have
gold
women
things.
at your feet begging for this jewelry?
No. But I also got the $95, what did they call it? $95 gift check, which was good. If this is the same place, it was good if I applied it toward luggage that was worth $220. And you can only buy it from them, and you could only apply your check.
Basically, you shouldn't have to pay money to be a TV rater. If anyone contacts you about rating TV shows, it's something that, number one, is either totally without exchange, or there's something where you are given something, but you never pay an enrollment fee. You never show your interest and your genuineness. Nothing comes out of your pocket.
Okay. The second thing we're going to talk about is rent-a-car.
Yes.
Okay, because let's see, you were on over a year ago, and rent-a-car ads were getting so deceptive. They were saying $5 a day, except if you want to be able to drive it, and if you wanted to take it out of the parking lot, and if you wanted insurance.
Grabby.
Are we better off now? Because I've been reading a lot about...
There's been a lot happening, but there really is a significant problem in the industry. I think you'll recall that last year we did this major study where we basically shopped all the rental car companies.
It was astounding, wasn't it? You got the ads, which would say like $39 a day, and then you priced it out, and it was maybe 100 or more.
Basically, the norm was, literally the norm in 24 companies reviewed, that if you took the car out, you'd pay double what was advertised. And there were all kinds of extras. The collision damage waiver, where you pay for insurance, where if you want a second driver, you pay extra. We didn't do all kinds of fancy extras. We didn't look for things to make the price higher. We basically looked if a normal family was taking a vacation for a week. What would they do? They would drive X hundred miles. There would be 2 drivers probably. They would need insurance possibly. It was incredible. The insurance issue has been the biggest issue that's been addressed.
Now, I have an American Express card. Do you know if I can decline the waiver? Are you keeping track of what the credit card companies...
I know that at least the gold card with American Express, maybe the regular card also.
I believe the regular card has started that.
Provides that you have the collision damage.
But Barbara, I just read in the paper that some companies now are starting a different sort of charge. I forget what it was, but now that we've sort of won on that battle, they are
winning, not won.
Yeah, right, winning. That there's I forgot what the other charge is, but they're doing something where they want $15 a day for a different sort of waiver.
That one I don't know. We should probably do a new shopping and see what's going on, because we haven't done that in a while.
I wish you would, to find out. But so the battle we're winning so far.
In different ways. For example, in one state they're passing a law where just passed a law where you cannot charge for collision damage waiver.
New York State is
yes, New York.
Okay.
In other states that hasn't happened yet, but I think that you're right. You've really got to look to see what the hidden charges are, because very frequently with car rentals there are additional charges, and you should check them out first, because it can make a big difference. If you're talking about, with the collision damage, it was like $10 a day in 1 week. $70 difference. I know. And also the gasoline charge. I think I told you that down in Florida, you had to bring it back with an empty tank. This is the most bizarre thing. You paid $15 up front for a full tank of gas, and they tell you to get your most value, bring the car back with the tank empty.
So I mean that how
You've got to really be careful
that's
to
right.
make sure you use up every drop.
That's right. How close are you going to call it? So you know everybody's bringing it back with maybe a quarter of a tank, because what do they want to do? Push it the last 5 miles?
It's not worth the tow truck.
I know. So let's see. We had one other thing that we wanted to hit on. Do you remember what it was?
Lotteries.
Oh, lotteries.
You want to win, don't you?
I want to win. I got a thing the other day. It's the funniest thing I ever saw. It said that I had been eligible to win $1 million a month, but that after I won $1 million a month, $1 million a month, that I would be eligible. I would be eligible to win $20 million a month after, but I couldn't apply for this unless I won $1 million.
You're on every mailing list in the world.
I know.
There has been a flurry of lotteries. I mean, obviously there's lottery fever in this country. I mean, there have been so many exciting pots, and people obviously are taking, a chance. Chance is exactly what lotteries is all about. But some of these, can I read one?
Sure, yes, please
We
do.
have one here.
Yep.
Let's see. One that's coming out of, I'm ashamed to say, our New York area, Sister Maria. And she basically has had these vibrations that if you get in your letter that you have won, or going to win, within 30 days. Now, what you've got to do to make sure that you win is you take a $10 bill, hold it in your right hand,
Okay, right.
and while you're holding it, visualize all the good things you want. Then put it in an envelope and send it to Sister Maria so that the psychic forces can work even better.
Oh, this is great. This is
Sad.
Oh,
It is sad.
because people are doing it, right?
Oh, and then there's another one. Excuse me. I think there's.
No, that's okay.
The other one was basically, this is the one that's actually a bigger volume, where they want you to send, I think this one's $20, so your chances must be better, or it must be a bigger lottery win. But basically, it's the same thing, only it's a little different approach, less psychic, and there, they want to do a computer search. That's what your $20 are for, to make sure you're really the one
Who's at that address?
Oh,
right.
Holding this number for you.
Right.
We've got one tragic complaint letter of a man who knows this elderly man who he thinks really won and really was putting the money aside for him, and was disappointed to find his $20 was really to make this company wealthy, not him.
I know. It's amazing. And what I love most is that the envelopes now are getting more and more hostile. I got one the other day. It said, "I have traveled halfway around the world to find you." That's what it says on the outside, right? And it says, "I have come from England, Mr. Di Bartolo, to tell you that I am in my period of wealth." And that for $20 she was going to tell me what my period of wealth was. I sent her the $20 because I want.
You have your period of wealth.
I want my period. I want my wealth. Period. It's more like that. Barbara, thanks so much for being a guest
It's
here.
always wonderful being a
You
guest
were
on your
our guest
show.
on our very first show, and you're our guest on our very last show.
But we'll do something else together.
Well,
right?
we're going to do lots together. Thanks
Okay,
so much.
thank
Okay,
you.
and we'll be back with more stuff. One of my favorite things is going to those job lot places. This time I went to Odd Job Trading. It's very hard to keep track. This is Odd Job Trading. There's another one called Job Lot Trading, and then there's Odd Job Lot Trading and Job Lot Odd Trading. And anyway, Odd Job Trading has 3 stores in Manhattan and 4 in Jersey, but they have neat stuff. I don't know if it was neat stuff, would it be in Odd Job Trading is the question. This is sort of bizarre. Take a look at this contraption. This is called, it's from a company called Class Act. And I forgot what they, oh yes, they market it under Express It. Now, you know what this is made for? This is to go inside a student's locker, you know, like the big gray locker like we have here. Then the microphone plugs into the unit, and the microphone has Velcro, and the microphone goes right behind the grill in the locker. You know, the lockers have those little vents. Then you give 3 of your friends these little ultrasonic whistles. In the morning when you go to school, you push the recorder and you put it in the record mode, but it stays in the record mode, but it doesn't record until one of your friends comes by with his or her whistles in front of your locker. That turns this on, and they have 20 seconds to leave you a message, and the message might be, "Stupid, why did you buy such a device as that?" You know. Then you come back at the end of the day, and if your red light is flashing, one of your friends has left you a message. Seems very complicated to me. I mean, if you're into this, why not just buy your kid a cellular telephone and let him just get calls all day long? The reason that this is probably not a big hit is that Kevin, one of our cameramen here, saw this advertised for like $30 or $40, and If you want to order extra discs, it says you can order them 3 for $7. Well, surprise, at Odd Job Trading, the entire thing is now selling for $7. The mic, the recorder, and the ultrasonic whistles. So I guess that was not a big hit. This is, a couple of weeks ago, we had a wallet on where if you went to put your wallet away without a credit card, it beeped. This is something new. Let me just, I'm going to put this under my, let me see if I can activate it properly here. Let's see, all right. You know what this is? When it's in your pocket, being under my shirt is supposed to be in your pocket. Now, a pickpocket comes along and slowly slides your wallet out. Now, you know what this has? Let me just shut it off here. This has a little photoelectric cell here. Can we see that there? Doug, you got that? Yeah. Okay, now just stay on that because I'm going to slide this little guy over. Whoop. Where is this? Which way does this guy go? Oh, there it is. See that little? Yeah. Okay, it's a little photoelectric cell. When you put it in your pocket, you slide this and expose the photoelectric cell. This is sensitive to light, so if it's picked out of your pocket, it goes off. That is selling at job lots for $10. I assume that was not a big hit also. This is another security wallet, also a job lot for, I think this was $1.99. The theory here is when you put your money in your wallet, you run your belt through this, and then if someone goes to pick your pocket, they can't get it over your belt loop. Of course, in a restaurant, when you go to pay for something, you almost have to disrobe, so I'm not so sure that that's so neat either, unless you kept it in a front pocket and it was real easy to, I'm not so sure that's such a great idea. But go to Odd Job and Job Lot places. They're great fun. The one thing we always tell people is that if you're seeing this show toward the end of June, you may still be able to buy these things. But one of the reasons they're called Odd Job and Job Lot places is they often just get the remainders of items or items that aren't selling well, and once they're sold out, they don't get them again. So if you see something you like, buy it right away. Okay, that's it for this little Odd Job saying. I'm just going to leave the slogan here. Right, guys, you've been out of focus the entire time. Be back with more stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the world.
Hey, champ, the Surgeon General has reported there is a direct link between smoking and heart disease. We know that you can live without it, but can you honestly say you can live with it? Think it over.
I'd rather quit than fight heart disease. Smoking can really knock you out.
The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
Okay, well, like I said, we'd be crying at the end, although we have a little bit of help with some onions. You know what, this really is the last edition of Consumer U for a while. I want to thank just a few people, Margaret Ann Barons, who said that we can always come up and tape special editions of Consumer U, and if we hear of any major rip-offs, we're going to come up and be a guest on her show. Anything goes. Also want to thank Dennis Wonderland, who designed our logo and designed our set. Didn't design the restaurant. The restaurant was designed by the architects here at A-Rock. And also want to thank Carolyn Herring, who has done so much to put our shows together. Some of our shows have fallen apart after she's put them together, but that's the way it is. And you know what? We just blew a light, but that's okay because it's sort of Con Ed saying, get out of here, Dick. We've had enough of you and your show. Okay? So we're going to be doing repeats through the summer and into the holidays. People are phoning in already saying, please, Dick, don't go off the air. Don't go off the air. But we will be back. You know, I think there are some real tears in these fake tears. Thanks so much for being a viewer. Don't forget, you can catch me every week on Nashville Network, American Magazine, sometimes twice a week, live with Regis and Kathy Lee every 5 weeks. Nickelodeons don't just sit there every other week. So you'll see a lot of Dickie D, okay? And repeats here on TKR. So thanks for watching very much. Thanks for the mail. Thanks for the kind comments. And now take care and goodbye. B-U-Y.